The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line.
Right. Good afternoon, traders. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the hump. Can you believe we're in the second half? Happy Wednesday indeed, Dennis. Hello, LK. Back. Your dedication and commitment stands above others. I give you the benefit of the doubt and think that you physically couldn't make it. Otherwise, stocks and options closing bell. My name is Scott. I am the head trading coach here at Tradespoon, and I'll be your host. I have been trading for a while now, and the disclosures. Bottom line, be careful out there, manage your risk, protect yourself at all times. And good afternoon to you, Mark. I understand. I've been on the giving end of that more. Let me get market doing. I mean, come on, plummet. Is that the word we want to use? Plummet. S&P down about 1.25. The Dow up 2, gold up 1.5. Is it defensive? Yes. Nvidia falls again as the new U.S. chip rules threaten China. Okay, well, I should probably read in that in my own time. I don't know if I'd use the word plummet. Let's take a look at it right now. Yeah, it's down 1.25, like we said. 3 days ago, during day 2 of our consolidation, we got down as low as 429.88. Right now, we're at the low for the day. We're at 430.5. We haven't even gotten down to where we were there. Consolidation, and you might think, well, Scott, the candle turned. But remember, my overall posture is a little bit weaker. Go on a candle. I need a candle and the turn, right? Which we never really got. We got never turned. Sideways is not turning. Turning is turning. Sideways to sideways. Hey, obviously prior to the news that has caused part of this, but we're dropping. Where? Well, consolidation right here. Would you be like, I don't know if I can trade this. It's plummeting. Nah, right? You wouldn't. Come on. That's not what you see. You see it consolidating very mildly from the highs. From the highs. We're not even 2% down. How about volume? Does the volume indicate a plummet? As of now, we have 87 million shares, 87 million per day on average over the last 20 days. Right now, we're at 65 million. Are we getting? Okay. I don't look at this and think plummet, panic, anything like that. I think we're still consolidating. Let's be glad that we've decided to be a little bit more selective and specific in the criteria that we're expecting to confirm entering a new trade. I'm not going to. How are our numbers? Oh, we've picked up a little bit, but why you shouldn't listen to Jamie Dimon, says Yahoo, who yesterday had a huge article about what Jamie Dimon said. Am I wrong? I mean, come on, man. Like, that's insane. Yahoo, you're better than that. The IRS just delayed new catch-up contribution rule until 2026. Oh, okay. Never a bad mindset, right? Never a bad anniversary. Yes. Not that I think there's Black Friday. Yes, I think we should be concerned. We don't love this. This is looking hedge-worthy. kind of. I'm going to tell you what I've gone back and forth on this. That was one move down right there, right? You can see, even though we divergence, higher high here, lower high here, but this continued to drop down. Now what? Now from this point up, and we went up, we pulled back, but we never took that day out. And then I'm going to change. I've been trying to find the way I wanted to phrase this. I'm going to actually almost like one move up, one move up. This is our last high. What am I thinking? If it pauses right here and then turns around inside of this candle, if tomorrow we got a pause, de-escalating. We'll see. I'm not convinced of anything today. This doesn't convince me of anything. This is just still part of this initial move right here. I thought about the hedge. I'm like, do I want to? The answer is no. I'm just not convinced it's necessary. All convinced it's necessary. Okay. We've got some Fed speak. Nothing on Monday. Nothing really on Tuesday. New home sales Wednesday. So really nothing for the first 3 days. And then a pretty big slew of data. GDP. Jobless claims. Durable goods. Orders. Consumer sentiment. Oh, so not much. That's it. We have jobless claims tomorrow, but mostly just Fed speak. Okay. Viewing things overall. More bullish, right? This says neutral. Okay. You say neutral. I say that we went up. Turn, if we advance, I definitely could see the kick showing more momentum as we start to get into it. But I've got to get into it now, or at least over the next couple of days. Potentially. Cute. Oh yeah, look at that. Looking for a more bullish bounce now. What the model is seeing and showing us is still yesterday. And as of yesterday, is impacting the market now. So how much will that influence this? Well, we'll see, right? We'll see tomorrow. We'll see on Monday when we take a look at it together in the morning. Which is interesting, as if the Dow's the most bullish thing, I get defensive. And the Russell's looking a little better. So I don't know, kind of a mixed bag overall. I would say Stella looks more bullish than not. So, yeah. Are cyclical. Well, usually we go a little higher than this and then have a pop. And then we have a mid-November consolidation, late November pop, early December consolidation, late December pop. And here is a different perspective. This is a 20-year chart, very similar, but you can see we tend to have a little bit of a sideways grind, and then it pops. Same thing, late October, early November. Then we have a mid-November consolidation. Then we have a late November, early December pop from a cyclical standpoint, which I think is important for us to be taking into consideration. Let's get rid of this. And quiz. SPY. Bob's a B, he said. Well, we'll just see about that. Yeah, that's good right there. And C, you're down here in stochastics. A is above 431.50, we're going to call it 431.50 and above. And then we're going to call it 430.50 and below. You're a C. So between 430 and a half and 431 and a half, you're a B. A, B, C. Give me your answers. I need at least half of the group, if not more. Martina's a B. Bob is going to stay a B. Mark is going to be LK is a B. I got to tell you guys, I think that the buyers are going to make a run. I think we're going to end up around 4th. That's what I'm going with. Buyers are going to come in. They're going to do their thing. Let's see what Stella. All right. I always love a good chance at winning a solo, which I'm thinking is today's my day. I'm feeling it. Let's see what Stella says 430.41. Oh, she's close. That's right down here. Stella's a C. There's a chance to come in. Come on down. And we'll see. A quick peek at our heat map. All right. Fair enough. What do we have going on? Consumer defensive, strong. Energy, strong. Healthcare, pretty strong. Some of it not so much. Diagnostics, not great. Drug manufacturers, not great. However, as a whole, so yeah. Where is it red? Everywhere else. Technology is red, mostly in the semiconductors and software. Not so much Apple or Microsoft. Love that. Love that. NVIDIA, Amazon, pretty bad. Tesla, right? But it hasn't violated what would be considered, kosher for a potential trade. In the heat map, Fed watch. Can you believe we're down to 2 weeks? Just like that, down to 2 weeks. It's already just knocking on the door. 87%. So it's come down a little, not much. Probability is them unchanged, which I gotta say, probability for the December meeting, I can't possibly fathom with how things have been going. And you want to know what I mean? Even this week. Sales back up. This is before the Christmas season. Sales are back up. It was where we were. We thought, we maybe are slowing down to 0.3. Would have been perfect. 0.4. Why is 0.7 bad? It's down if sales don't slow down. So if we're operating at 0.7 versus a 0.8 estimate, we're as we look at it and we think, well, what's that mean to us? Spending has picked up. People are buying again. Prices can come down. That's not how supply and demand works. So that's concerning. That makes me think the Fed's got to knock it again. Unexpected capacity utilization, better than expected. So I think that the Fed is, they would have loved to have left it alone, but I don't think that they can. That's my opinion. I don't think they can. It would be interesting. It would be a very Alan Greenspan move to just knock it, even though the expectations are highly against it. May as well, right? Okay, let's go look at our watch list and what's moving, what we think about it. Okay, you know nothing. Hypothetical situation. You know nothing about inflation. You know nothing about Russia in Ukraine. You know nothing about Hamas and Israel. You know nothing about the lack of a. That's your challenge today, right? That's your challenge. How can you Yeah. How can you evaluate and analyze the stock with that as your parameter? What will it change? Because right now, everything you're looking at, there's a sense of, well, right? There's a sense of, but inflation is still at 3.5 to 3.8%. You could go through and talk about things like that. But the most important thing is for you to recognize what you see. What do we see happening here? Okay, so if I start with Apple, you know nothing but what you see in front of you. What do you think about Apple? Typing, these are little one-day sneaky reversals, right? Then we're looking for the next trade. As long as it gives us a higher low, what happened? Boom. That's a lower low. As soon as that happened, we were like, okay. So, yeah, there was we had a lot of good trades on Apple back here, but there's that one. Now, at this point, same thing. I'm waiting for my consolidation. Here's the consolidation. And again, gave a little bit of a little sneaky reversal right here. Made this move. Maybe you caught it, maybe you didn't. But is that a higher high? Yes, absolutely it is. You can clearly see that's a higher high than this one back here, right? Now what? Well, it hit a higher high, and now it's pulling back. How's the volume look? Nothing above average. Stochastics is pulling back, and it seems to be sliding into a new support level at a higher low, right? Higher low. Hasn't turned quite yet. Knocking on the door. Do I have time before earnings to get this trade on? Yeah, I do. I love Apple. I think Apple looks great. Is it a trade today? No. Could it be a trade tomorrow? Absolutely. Absolutely. Aflac. I love Aflac. I traded Aflac. I traded Aflac from here to about here, and then I got this much more. And then it kept on. No, that's not right. I traded it. Let me go back. I don't think I got that second piece as much. Definitely did not get that. I'd have to go back and look. However, now, as of basically these last few days is when Stochastic said the selling cycle is starting to kick in, right? However, the problem here is we're way overextended. We're way up here. I need this thing to come back. It might the end is pulling back. Now it needs to stop and go, or you're gonna run out of time. We broke out, got up to here, pulling back. Now what? As long as I don't drop any further. So by tomorrow, and then it goes on Friday, I buy it Friday, I could get 4 days. If something is reporting earnings on the 26th, you can have 4 days. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing more. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe. That's a maybe. Caterpillar, nothing there. It looks terrible. Increased volume at the low. Nothing there at all. Yeah. CrowdStrike looks good. Just needs a little bit of a pullback. CVE up high. Oil is kind of back. If it had you remember Dell almost got kicked off the island. It was in this consolidation. It just kept going. Finally, it broke out. Or the next day, yeah, there could be something there for us. DIA, the Dow, looks fine. Right? Looks fine. Trading gold. Gold is made a big surge here. I'm not a gold fan. Yeah, not a huge gold fan. Google. Google still at play. We don't have a lot of time. Earnings are the 24th. We don't have a signal yet. Yeah. Okay. The gold bug. Oh, I like Intel still. I think it's doing okay as a chip stock, holding up, showing some signs of prospect. I'm okay with that. IWM not looking so great. Meta, I'm still okay with Meta, but it doesn't have a lot of time, so there's not much for that right now. Okay. I think Microsoft looks pretty good. I think Microsoft could turn and bust up out of there, right? I think that could happen. Absolutely. Nvidia. Oh gosh, look at Nvidia. Barely still. It needs to figure some things out pretty soon. Yeah. AK Akamai and CCJ. Okay. Akamai, CCJ. We'll take a look at those. Let's see Akamai. That's a chip stock, AKAM. Okay. I don't know. That one's almost down to the same place. Oh, no, that's the same. Sorry. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, that does look pretty strong. I see what you're looking at there. That one looks pretty good. And a little more iffy on Kamiko. A little more iffy on that one. But yeah, I see what you're looking at. What else? Strong, doesn't it? That does look pretty strong. That is a pharmaceutical over there. Okay. PDD. Consumer discretionary definitely looks very strong, right? Definitely looks very, very strong right here. Strong trend, higher high, pulling back, a little bit of a higher low. So strong. Insurance is very, very strong right now, right? It's very, very strong right now. Overall, we're hitting some resistance, and it is definitely looking like it has more of a pullback than not. So, okay. See, there's PG. Oh no, we don't have PG. We have PGR. Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Pepsi even maybe could be a little stronger. Let's take a look. Are there consumer defensives? That's not it. That's QQQ. Although I'll tell you what, the Qs, even though it's down, still looks bullish. We'll come to that in a second. Coca-Cola is barely starting to reverse. I agree with you. It either was a sneaky reversal where it never really broke the consolidation. Get through there now. I think the next one, the next signal is the best one, right? That's going to be the best one that we would be looking for. Palantir. Ooh, oh, close. It was looking like it was in the same place. Not bad, right? It's not bad. It just didn't fire the signal. That's all. So without it firing that signal for us, there's really not much that we can do. Okay, what else? Let's keep looking. Yeah, that's the cannabis, right? No, so it had like a what there was some news and then gave it all immediately back. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, that's right. They were going to decriminalize it in the States, and then it just sort of fizzled, didn't it? SPY. Oof. Looks like C's are figuring some things out here. The C's. Looked like it wanted to make that run, and then it just is kind of falling apart a little bit here. So I knew when I saw that Stella, she had it. I was thinking, yeah, that might be too much. Tesla. Pre-earnings National Chocolate Cupcake Day. I like chocolate cupcakes. And Meatloaf Appreciation Day. I appreciate meatloaf and cupcakes, to be fair. All right, what else? Okay. Where it's continuing on up. We want to be aware of it. Okay. VRT. Earnings are close. I mean, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of things that actually look pretty close. The problem is just that we have earnings next week. A little bit careful about what we do with it. Let's see. These guys are the 25th before markets. Yeah, you only have 4 days. Anything that's on the 24th, the 24th after market, or the 25th pre-market. Okay, what else? Walmart. It's just that right now everything needs a pullback, right? We really need to be patient in what we're looking for and what we're waiting for. I don't see anything new for today, obviously, right? I don't think there's enough there yet for us to want to hedge. We'll go back here in a second. Everything looks reasonable that we can still continue and still have the ability for it to be a higher low, and for us to break. Okay, STLS, AA, Tesla, Netflix, the market to be thinking about, right? Plenty for it to be thinking about. Financials are getting hit pretty hard here today. A little bit of a knock. What else? I don't know. I don't know that we're going to see much of anything here today for a trade. XLI, industrials, everything's getting hit at this point. This is new information. We're not going to have enough information yet. Let's go back and 10 minutes. I said I thought the volume could get to about 80 million. I think we're actually going to get average. Or not, I'm sorry, not even average. Maybe 85 million, 86 million. So we'll still be slightly below average. Okay, let's see. We're going to be average volume. Average, but not more. Tesla, as it reports earnings, okay. Somewhere around 240, closer to 260 or closer to 220. Down 10, flat. Down. Mark says down. Got it. Anyone else? Randall's not a Tesla trader. I'm with you. I'll trade a lot of it. Okay. VIX. Hold 21 high level or not. We'll see. Out right now. The only thing that looks okay is staples. And now we think, does that mean we have a little bit more of a rally? Does it come back in? Let's go see. Yeah, it's trying. What were our numbers? No, our numbers were 430.50 by 431.50. Okay, it's trying to make its way back up. A little bit, huh? Feeling a little under the weather. All right. No comments, no questions. How do we end up with numbers? It got a little better. It's a little light. I'd like to see us have today, C's. Today the C's have it. Congratulations, C's. Nothing we can do but wait and assess buyers and sellers and, figure it out. Okay, let's keep going. Nope, I gave him a chance. Sellers pushed it back down. I'm giving it to the C's. Listen, here's what will happen. Tomorrow, Vlad's back. I'll be here on Friday. So join me on Friday in the morning. We're going to see what we start to get, what we have. That's it. That's the bottom line. That's where we find ourselves. We're at a crossroads in the market. And I think that over the next what comes next. I will see you guys Friday morning. And as always, happy trading.